My speech is a national issue speech over gun control. How many of you own a gun? How many of you own a pencil? Well, you don't blame your pencil for misspelling words. Why do you blame your gun for killing people? The Second Amendment states that a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Over the past years, there has been much debate over gun control laws. This is important to you because our whole nation and freedom is based on the amendments. If they can take away this right, they can take away any right. Gun control is a huge topic, not only in the fact it's taking away our right to defend ourselves, but it is also taking away one of our rights, which is taking away part of our freedom that our forefathers fought for us to have. In the next few minutes, I will bring the gun control issue to your attention so you, yourself, can be better informed about this situation that will impact our nation. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights doesn't create or grant rights. It recognizes and protects rights that inherently exist. These rights cannot be created or taken away. The Second Amendment is referred to 3 times in the Bill of Rights, and is always referred to as an individual right. It is not a collective right. Therefore, they should not be allowed to put collective laws upon it. Although it is kind of comical now, one of the main reasons the Second Amendment was created was to stop tyranny and or a foreign army invasion. Like the movie Olympus Has Fallen, if you're familiar with the movie, let's not forget self-defense. For example, in 2012 on the San Antonio News, it states an 11-year-old girl in the Butte, Montana, defended herself against 2 armed robbers. Patricia Harrington, the 11-year-old, was home alone after her dad left to go to work. The 2 robbers didn't know that Patricia was a national clay shooting champion since she was 9 years old. She heard them break through the front door, so she ran to her dad's room and grabbed the shotgun. Patricia was crouched down at the top of the stairs, and when the first robber made it to the 2nd floor, she shot him point blank in the chest. Hearing the shot, the second intruder ran to the foot of the stairs, where Patricia opened another shot and hit him. He then fled onto the street, where he later bled to death before the ambulance could save him. It was found out later that one of them was armed with a stolen .45 caliber handgun that he took from another robbery. That victim, 50-year-old David O'Brien, was not so lucky. He died from stab wounds to the chest. Do you remember the 2012 Aurora, Colorado shooting where 12 people were killed and another 58 were injured? Well, a story that you didn't hear about was the shooting in San Antonio where the same thing was going to happen, but an off-duty armed sergeant shot the gunman before he got a shot off. Bringing me to my point, what Wayne LaPierre once said, the only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. The last but most important point I would like to make is the issue of our freedom. If they can take away one amendment, what keeps them from taking away all the amendments? There is an old saying that goes, if you give an inch, they will take a foot. Growing up in sports, coaches would always say this when we would let teams come back even though we had a lead. This relates perfectly to us losing the right to bear arms. It may only seem like one right now, but what stops them from taking away more in the future of our nation? It is just human nature for us to want more. It is one of the 7 deadly sins. In the Bible, it is referred to as gluttony, and is always easy to find when talking about money. No matter how much money someone has, they are going to want more. This is no different from them regulating or taking away one right. If they can get away with that, then as a whole, why not try to get away with regulating or getting rid of more? If in their mind it is good for our country, then they are going to do so. Our freedom is what makes the United States of America the best place on earth. We sometimes take for granted the little freedoms that most countries don't have because we always have had them. In the last few minutes, I have shown you why I think gun control is a huge national issue and why we all need to be aware of it. Our forefathers made the Bill of Rights for a reason. This reason is to protect our freedom and our way of life. It has worked since the United States was born, so why should it be changed now? Gun control is a huge topic, not only in the fact it's taking away our right to defend ourselves, but it's also taking away one of our rights, which is taking away of our freedom that our forefathers fought for us to have. I leave you on this note. If Patricia, the 11-year-old girl from Montana, or the off-duty sergeant didn't have the right to bear arms, would they still be here today?